Hey folks, are you guys ready to have coffee? Seriously. And it's not just any old coffee. It's far out. Come on in. Join Scarlett and Christy as they share with us some far out coffee creations. Now, like I said, it's not just any old coffee. They will be tasting different flavors and different combinations of coffee, and they're going to review it and let you know what they think about it. Well, Scarlett is, and Christy's joining in, of course. So yeah, join the fun. And let's join Scarlett and Christy right here, right now, on the far out world of coffee creations. And you never know. You might hear about some oddballs, and I mean really oddballs, like peanut butter coffee. That sounds really good right now. So yeah, come on in, have a seat, and let's have some coffee.
Welcome to Far Out Coffee Creations, where the coffee is always hot and the food is always good. Scarlet Brew is a cup for you, so yummy. Always a fresh cup of joe with a big giant cup. Every soup tastes so good. Scarlet, that's the barista you want to choose. When you drink her coffee, you'll know it's so good for you. She makes the best coffee in the house. She does test, different types of coffee and talks about different stuff. Sometimes she tries different coffee makers too. With the far out world of coffee creation, you'll find a big sensation. Scarlett with her wit and Christy with her banter. The little shark is always there hanging with the crew. We hope you come on in and don't forget. And every cuppa you'll find the best aroma. Fresh with every sip, you feel safe and sound. Scarlett coffee is the best around. So come on, gather around for the best coffee ever found. The far out world of coffee creation. And you're a barista, Scarlett. Thank you for watching. Y'all come back now. You're here. Have a couple with us and enjoy. Yum, yum, smell those biscuits. Woo!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the far out world of coffee creations. Scarlett here. I'm trying to find a spot that's not gross. Just put it up here, I guess. Well, I don't want to put it up there because just in case Mom messages back, because I don't want it to. I'll set it down here. I'm going to do one from yesterday. Sorry about not uploading yesterday. I was working on stuff for Match Made in Heaven yesterday, as well as this one. And we got new songs for Match Made in Heaven. The beginning and middle song have been redone. And so yeah, it's really neat. That is redone. So we got that taken care of. So I am now uploading to a Match Made in Heaven again. Well, going to today. After I work on a couple of things for this one. Because as you know, yesterday my original idea got ruined. So we're going to do that plus the one I promised Mom, which is what I'm going to do first. I am going to do that first, the one I promised Mom, because as we mentioned in A Match Made in Heaven, you know, when you have a promise and you promise something to somebody, you do that. And I didn't get to do it yesterday because, like I said, I was working on those songs because I was custom writing them. And it took a little longer because I wasn't, you know, I wasn't used to custom writing lyrics. I haven't wrote like poetry in years. And that's basically all it is you're writing poetry. And I haven't wrote poetry since I was a teenager. And so I wrote these myself for A Match Made in Heaven. And let me tell you guys, yikes. They are some tearjerkers, yikes. And I'm going to use one of these that my mama gave me. Oh dear, that's gross looking. I'm gonna have to wipe this one out. It's just got some goop on the inside of it. Not a lot, just, I think it was from cocoa or something. It's clean, it's soaked, because I soaked it, but something just stuck, I guess. That's okay, Scarlett has this. Like I said, it's clean, it's not dirty. It just had, there, we got this, okay. Well, dadgummit. Trying to wipe this stuff out of there. But we redid the special episode last night. Me and my keys, we got the special done. And like I said, there, I promised also that once I get the iPad fixed, they will get the original episode. And let me make sure, okay. Yep. So we are taste testing gingerbread lattes today. That was the new flavor that I got. So we're going to taste test those, and then I'm going to also, once I'm done tasting one, I'm going to make another one at the end of this, and I'm going to put it in the microwave and let it cool off, and we're going to make one cold tonight, see if it's better. Because I did do this yesterday, but we were talking about the something for A Match Made in Heaven on the thing, and I had stopped the vlog and redo it. So I'm going to retaste is what I'm going to do. I've already tried it. I already have my opinion, so I just have to redo it. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a natural taste test, but unfortunately, but it's okay. We got this. Lift. Grab out the key pod. No additives, Mom. Nope. Beats your butt, you do it. I'm not. I know better than that. Nah, this time you do. There's a reason she says that. She gets on me on things like that. Now, she's very, very sensitive to that. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit, not in detail because I already recorded the story. And I'm going to save that. And what I'll do is I'm going to make you guys another promise. Besides the 3 lounge ones that I did, I will give you the lesson learned story. There's a lesson learned situation, and I will give you guys that. So you guys will get plenty of extra episodes as soon as the iPad is fixed. Because if it's one thing I learned from the awesome Ryan Hall, y'all, it's, show them, even if it's something that's embarrassing and it makes you look like an idiot, show them so they don't make the same mistake you did in the past, in the future. If, basically, without saying it, that's basically the way of putting it. You don't make the same mistake I did, because I was an idiot. I was the idiot, so you don't have to be the idiot, if that makes sense. You don't have to make the same stupid mistake I did, because let me tell you, it was not a safe mistake to make. And see, it's a mistake because I learned from it. I'm not doing it again. Like Kirsty said, don't add anything to it. Even though she tells me that, I know not to, but Kirsty, that's just Kirsty. She's protective. And, it's like that. Now, if I did add something to this, it would not be sugar. It would not be creamer. It would be a little more flavor. It'd be a little more ginger to it, I think. That's what I would seriously probably add. Honestly. Because, like I said, I've tasted this, so I already know this. It's got good flavor, but the problem is the gingerbread is not strong enough. It is not strong enough, at least when it's hot. It is not strong enough. Now, I'm going to drink this down, and then I'm going to make a second one. And I'm going to put it in the microwave to cool off while we do the second episode. And we're going to put it in the fridge, and I'm going to record some stuff this morning. And I'm going to make a cold version and try it later tonight and record that for you as well. So you guys have another iced coffee taste test. But it's going to be basically a latte. Because I could put an ice cube in it, but that doesn't make it that doesn't taste good. So I don't have little ice cubes. I mean, like I said, it's good. It's good. It's just the espresso overpowers the gingerbread. They needed to put a little more gingerbread spices in it to make it even out a little bit. That is my thing. It has flavor, but it's more espresso than gingerbread. So I'm going to try it cold, and I'm going to see if putting it in the fridge will cool it off and bring out the gingerbread. Because usually sometimes that does bring out the flavor. We're going to see if it does for this. I'm going to say probably no. With espresso, since it's a latte, I doubt it. But we're going to see what happens. Because like I said, it is really, really strong. So if you like espresso, which I do, it's really good. It is really good, and it is really strong. This would be something, honestly, I would drink it again. I would. But honestly, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would drink the gingerbread again. But I would drink something like this. If I was to drink the gingerbreads, it would be for mornings when I have to get up and go to work. This is when I would drink this. And Renee, if she were here right now, would probably go, why is that? Well, because it's strong. It's hardcore. It's a stronger coffee. The coffee overtakes the flavor of the latte. And as you can tell, my nose is running because it's hot, meaning the coffee. But for those of you who do not know, for lattes and cappuccinos, that is why mine aren't technically cappuccinos. I call them cappuccinos because they're sweet like one, but technically they're not really cappuccinos. It's just hot coffee, but it's really sweet. Cappuccinos have espresso in them. And so that's why mine are technically not cappuccinos, but I still call them cappuccinos because they're sweet. But yeah. But technically, to be honest, they're not, because they do not have espresso in them. But yeah, but I might try to find another gingerbread coffee, because the latte, it's good, but you can't really taste the gingerbread. And that'll be probably one of my first far out comparisons, because the gingerbread latte is good. If you want something that doesn't have a lot of ginger to it, if you're not a big fan of gingerbread itself, like Casey, honestly, if you like espresso, the flavor of espresso, you'd like this, because there's not, you said yourself you wouldn't like probably gingerbread coffee. You can't taste it. You cannot taste the gingerbread whatsoever. It's gingerbread flavor, but the espresso overpowers the gingerbread in it. So you would probably, if you like the taste of espresso coffee, Casey, you'd like it, because it doesn't have the gingerbread flavor much. So yeah, if you like espresso coffee, you'll like it. And I'm gonna have to wipe the edge of this cup off. I got goop on the outside edge of it. How did I pull that off? Ugh. I washed it, you guys. It is clean. I don't know what is on the outside edge of that cup. I must have missed the outside edge. It's not the spot I'm drinking at, so it's not going to do anything. My side is clean, but I'm drinking out of. Except for maybe some splatters of latte that might have got on it. Exactly, that I just wiped off with my fingers. Because it will splatter some of it on the side. Because it's a little cup. It's littler than my Cabalto cups that I usually use. Because I decided to use one of these because, like I said, I like it, but I'm not going to drink a big giant mug of it. Like that. But I am going to try a different one-step latte and see if something else comes out better, because it is, like I said, if you don't like a lot of gingerbread, you're thinking, ew, gingerbread, you can't even taste it, guys. The espresso is overpowering. It is so overpowering that you cannot taste the gingerbread in it. So if you like espresso, if you like the taste of espresso, now it is a different taste as well. That is also an acquired taste. If you like espresso, you'll like this. If you don't, you're not going to like it. Don't get it. Don't waste your money on it, because it's not worth wasting your money over if you're not an espresso fan. But if you like espresso, then you'll love this, because you can taste espresso. And it's sweet. It's not bitter at all, which is why I don't add no sugar to it. It's not bitter. It's really sweet, and it's good. And if you want to get some gingerbread, if you do want to taste a little bit of gingerbread, you got to chug it a little bit. But it's too hot to do that right now. But you still don't taste much. Wake me up, latte. But I am going to see if that pack of K-Pods in the cupboard is my French toast. I hope it is. I hope. I mean, like I said, it's really good, especially in the morning when you need it and when you need to warm up. But like I said, we got a match made in heaven squared away. Of course, we have to rewrite the Vlogmas music, everything. So, yay, not. But yeah, I'm going to see, because I'm going to have to call them on Monday, because I do have Monday off, I found out. Woohoo, guys. I got my Mondays. So, yay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to call Suno. Well, I'm not going to be able to call them on Monday, I forgot. Duh, never mind. I'll call them on Friday and get that taken care of. I just thought about it. Monday, I won't call them because they're probably not going to be there because it is Columbus Day. But I'll call them on Friday and see what they can do about getting my account squared away, because I want my freaking music back, my original stuff, so that I can, and maybe, well, I will call them Friday if we're not going to the Apple Store. How about that? I don't know what the heck's going on next week, so I'm going to word it that way. I will call them on Friday if I can, if we're not going there. I don't know what Sam's plan is. But we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. But yeah. I tell you, it was a day yesterday, though. But it was a good day. I mean, we got a match made in heaven fixed up. We got new songs for it. And let me tell you guys, And that was a purpose throat clear there. I would suggest y'all get Kleenexes. Megan, Miss Megan, if you're following that, because I think you are following that. Megan. You and Keenan. I'm just saying, girl, you better get... Because I'm uploading these first, on purpose. And hopefully you don't make the mistake of listening to that one first. Yikes. Oops. Yikes. Hopefully you don't make an accidental mistake and listen to that first. Yikes. If you did, I'm sure I'll know because you'll comment and tell me you did. I didn't listen. I listened to that one first because I'm crazy. But anyway, if I were you and Keenan, I would have some tissues handy if I were you. Just saying. Because like I said, I custom wrote them, and I haven't wrote poetry in years, and ow! It's one thing to write it in poem form and read it out loud, but it's another thing for it to be sang. Ow. Owie. That hurts. That really flipping hurt. Yeah. But yeah, I thought I had turned my speech off on my iPad in the kitchen, but I guess not. But anyway, so yeah, they were definitely some tearjerker songs, that's for sure. They were both, yeah, they made me cry. Both of them did. They both broke me, let me tell you guys. They both broke my heart. Seriously, tearjerker songs, let me tell you. They are some tearjerkers. Yeah, I did what I thought, because I couldn't remember, but yeah, no, even chugging it, you're not going to get much gingerbread out of it. It does not have a good flavor when it's warm. Now, I'm going to, like I said, when I'm finished with this, I'm going to take it back in there. I'm going to wipe the outside of this cup off. But I'm going to make another latte, and I'm going to put it in the microwave to cool it down. And then I'm going to start another vlog and try, quote unquote, try to make the fancy French toast again. The fancier version of it. We're going to try, quote unquote, try to do that and see if we make the correct version this time. The correct K-pot. I think I found the French toast K-cups, guys. Like I said yesterday, I think I found them. So we'll see if I did. And we'll go from there. If not, it'll be another lounge, and I'll wait and record that when Sam shows up. Because I was too busy working yesterday to have her come over at 5:30. So, because I was busy trying to get these channels back up and running, because they are a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to get that taken care of. So, yeah. We're getting far out going. We're getting a match made in heaven going. Prayerfully, we can maybe, like I said, get the iPad fixed before I try to get Christy going. Yep. Hopefully I can get Christy going too. And like I said, if we can get those others done, if we can get those old episodes done, you know, get that iPad fixed, whatever the heck is wrong with it. If we can get it fixed, we've got lots of stuff we can do. And you will get my mistake vlog and all of the lounges that I had recorded before it died. I will put all 3 of those up there because I believe there's 3. And they're a series basically talking about, they are talking a little bit about the weather because they're talking about something that happened to me and my dad when I was about 8, 9 years old. And imagine, guys, my storm anxiety was much worse when I was 9 than it is now. I mean, I would just hear thunder and I would have a meltdown. And let's just say, without getting into detail, I met a little friend. Mom knows this story, but, you know. But I met a little friend who kind of showed me that, and I'm not making this up. This is true, and you're going to actually see some stuff on there. I met a friend who showed me that even though, yes, they're dangerous, they can be, in a way, gentle giants, if that makes sense. It don't, but trust me, it don't. Because I, to this day, don't know how it happened. But the storm in question, and yes, I'm talking a storm, because everybody's going to wonder, what the hell are you talking about? It was a storm. And let's just say it was a certain type of storm. I didn't know it at the time until I grew up and thought about it. And it basically did something and showed me that, yes, even though these storms are bad, you know, good things can happen. And it actually did. I wasn't as scared of storms thanks to that particular storm, if that makes sense. And we get into the details, we get into the nitty gritty of it, and I didn't realize what type of storm was chasing us. It was basically chasing us. Instead of me going storm chasing, I was chased. Me and Daddy were chased. And at first I'm like, what the heck? Why is it doing that? You know, because you're a kid, you're like, what is it doing? You know, but now that I'm grown up and thought, you know, and really have a better understanding, I honestly think back on it now, and it's like maybe in God's own way, or, you know, his way, he was trying to help me to see that even though this type of storm is dangerous, just like humans, there are bad ones out there, there are dangerous ones out there, but there are good ones too. And this one, even though it is what it is, was a good one because it didn't try to flip our car, it didn't try to run us over. I mean, not that it could have controlled it if it did, but because as you've heard me say on here, in fact, I believe these type of storms are demon possessed. Well, and you'll hear me say that on, I think, some of the old recordings that I did. That one there, even though it was the same exact type of storm, I do not believe it was demon possessed. That one I do not believe was demon possessed. I've kind of adjusted my thought on that. So basically, the ones that, like, they feel hit them on purpose, for example, Rolling Fork, That one I believe was demon possessed. Because I think them type of storms can be possessed. Is now how I'm wording it. I believe they can be demon possessed. And I'm talking supercell thunderstorms, Megan. That's what I'm talking about. My little friend that chased me and Daddy was a supercell thunderstorm. Those are the ones that rotate. They're ginormous supercells are basically severe thunderstorms, but they rotate. Yeah, they rotate. That's what produces a tornado, for those that don't know. I'm giving you some Weather 101 here. You got your regular garden variety thunderstorms, and then you've got severe thunderstorms, but then you have what are called supercells, and those are the ones that rotate and start spinning. And when they start that crap up, that's when you better be prepared, because that's when you're going to start getting, if the winds get to the point where it's a tight rotation, that's when you're going to get your hook and you're going to get your velocity couplet. Next thing you know, you're going to have a tornado down. And it's not a tornado till it touches the ground, by the way. That's where the movie Twister screwed that up. It is not called a tornado till it hits the ground. It's a funnel cloud until it hits the ground. Then it's a tornado. We got to put that one out there too. So, yeah, I'm a nerd. I'll admit it. I'm a weather nerd. Anyway, so basically, this supercell thunderstorm chased me and my father across the freaking county line. Literally chased us. Now, mind you, I'm storm anxiety central. I'm petrified of thunderstorms. And we've got one of the most violent type of storms chasing us across the freaking county line. Now, of course, you guys, I'm repeating this. I'm telling this because I know people are going to want to hear it. So I'm kind of shortening the story because it's on the other episode, so you'll hear it again. But I know people are going to want to know what happened. So this thing basically chased us across the county line. And mind you, we're talking severe. I don't know, because I don't know back then if they had the levels of warnings, what kind of warning it would have been. I don't think it would have been destructive because it wasn't like the hail wasn't destructive-ish. I do not know about the winds. I can't remember that far back when it comes to wind speeds. Because I was in an anxiety attack, guys. I was freaking out because I hate storms, okay? I do. Not as bad as I did back then, but I do not like them because they just, especially destructives and considerables, I just like, no, forget it. But I do know it had a hail core because my stepdad had gone out and shown me its hailstones. My friend had some neat looking hailstones. It was like, I think they were like nickel size, maybe quarters. They weren't huge, but they weren't little either. They were little, but they weren't like teeny tiny. They weren't like pea size. But anyway, so basically, Dad goes, guess who's on our bumper? Who? Boom! The storm! Hi, friend. I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh my God. So we get to the house and he literally leaps out of the car, runs around, grabs me out, runs back inside. Now, I know it wasn't tornado warning. It wasn't a tornado warned storm because we didn't go into shelter. We just sat in the kitchen. But it literally chased us from my step-grandma's house to ours. And to this day, and that one I do not believe was demon-possessed. Even though it was a supercell, I do not believe it was demon-possessed because it did not try to hurt nobody. Well, at least not us while we were driving. It just followed us all the way from the freaking thing. It literally tried to chase us all the way from there to the house. At regular speed. It followed our truck. And we went the speed limit. Dad did not speed in the truck. He went the speed limit and that baby was right on our rear end, chasing us. It kept up with us. So it had to have been a pretty speedy storm because it chased our ass all the way, all the way home. And it never overtook our truck. We never had any rain because it was behind us. It did not overpower us. It did not, and it could have. It was fast enough, it could have, but it didn't. That one I do not believe, and so that's what I'm saying when I say, now my belief has, because I thought about it, because when I started to have that belief about that they're all demon possessed, I thought about that one and I said, I wonder, because I didn't know if it was a supercell, honestly. That's where the story went into a couple places, because I had to ask Mom a couple of questions. As I was telling the story, I had to break it up into 3 parts. So it was kind of like I was trying to find out, because I didn't know if it was a supercell thunderstorm or not. I knew it was a severe one, but I didn't know if it was actually rotating. It was. And that's why Dad ran me inside, because it was a supercell, and they wanted to make sure if it was Tor warned, as they call it, tornado warned, that I would be inside and safe. And so yeah, it was a supercell, and it was the same one that I told the story about getting the hailstones. When I got to feel hailstones on here, that was the storm I was talking about. Same one. And that storm, in my opinion, taught me that, now that I think about it, taught me a lesson that not all of them, even though they're that way, are possessed by the devil. Yep. And like I said, I can admit when I'm wrong on things. That is one thing Mom will tell you too, that I can't admit when I'm wrong. And I've got to tell that story on A Match Made in Heaven too. I've got to make sure to do that today. But because I have said that on A Match Made in Heaven, and I have to correct that on there too, because that is not Christian to say when you don't know the truth. And I am a Christian, and I will state the facts that, now that I know the whole story, because see, I was only 9, and they did not tell me that storm was indeed a supercell. I did not know that, because I knew at that age that supercells produce tornadoes. So they did not tell me that. They kept that from me. So, and I actually asked my grandpa, I said, Papa, I said, why did it chase us? And he goes, it liked you. He's like, it wanted to be your friend. It wanted to show you that not all storms are bad. I'll never forget that as long as I live, and knowing what it was, it's like, what? What the hallelujah just happened? As Megan and them would say, what the hallelujah just happened here? But yeah, so it's like, wow. I'm still in shock to this day thinking about it, looking back on it. That still surprises me. That storm did that, because it was. And from what Mom said, I do believe, I have to go back and look at our messages again, but I do believe she said it was tornado warned later on. But it did not get tornado warned near us. It's like it waited until after it got through my area before it was tornado warned. I'm like, wow, dude. Because, and I know in my heart that God was using that particular storm to show me that not all of them are possessed. Because he knew down the road that I was going to say that I thought supercells were possessed. Some of them I do believe are demon possessed. I believe that Satan can enter those and possess them. Those that because, and the reason I say that, and I'll explain why I say that. So the Rolling Fork tornado, Freddie was watching it, and they seriously thought that it was going to miss the town or scrape it. Okay, they thought it was going to scrape it or miss it. I believe to the north side, I think. But it didn't. It hit it. It turned and direct hit it. That one, I believe, was possessed. I believe that storm was possessed, the supercell. I believe it was possessed. The ones that direct hit them like that are, they thought are going to turn, like even Ryan Hall, and I believe it was the Mayfield one. Yes. Yeah, it was Mayfield, said that he knows that it wasn't true, but he felt that though they were it was getting hit on purpose. That these towns were being slammed on purpose. And that's what made me say that they were demon possessed. That's what made me say that those storms were basically demon possessed. The ones that are like that just, you think they're going to turn and then they deviate and just, they call it a deviant motion. And that's the ones I say are demon possessed, because demons can enter objects. They can enter inanimate objects and control them. I believe that wholeheartedly. I've seen it. My best friend's wheelchair, anyone? Yikes. In a thunderstorm, anyone? Yeah. On a metal lift, anyone? Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, but I don't believe all of them anymore are demon possessed. Just the ones that, basically, oh, they're gonna miss, then they all of a sudden hit, bam, straight on, demon. But I don't believe all of them are now. And so I had to, and you're gonna hear me confess that again when you hear the original series on that. But I wanted to tell you guys that particular thing. But my mistake, the mistake I made, not the demon thing, but the other mistake I made where Christy was like, don't do it. That one, I'm not going to tell you straight up. I want to actually demonstrate that, and that's why I'm not going to give the details of that yet. Unless I have to. And if I do, I got to remember to make Angel a file today. The woman who was on the phone with me that night. I am going to audio file her. And, I'm going to make Angel an audio file, tell her about what happened last week, but also ask Angel if she will send me a file based on the incident, which I'm going to have to give her the incident. I'm going to have to refresh her because it's been a few years. And mind you guys, to add insult to injury with that mistake, I had not known Angel Matthews that long. And this happened, that poor woman. I feel sorry for Angel. That poor woman, I didn't know her that well yet. And this was only, I don't even think it had been a month when that happened. Because it started with me, her, and Casey on a call. Then Casey had to go to bed, or no. It wasn't. No, it was all day. That's right. It was all freaking day. That's right. Casey wasn't on a call with us. I'll have to ask Casey where she was that day. I forget. I think she was sick. I forget now. But yeah, it was just me and Angel. That's right. Because I did this in the morning, and it was all day effects. It was bad, you guys. It was bad. But I will definitely tell that. And if I have to, I will get the exact culprit. But I will not do the same mistake again. I will tell you that. I will not make that same mistake twice. Nope. Because when I did it, I didn't use the exact culprit. Thank God. Because she was, yeah. I had to use something else because I didn't have those, but yeah. And honestly, and this is why communication is very important when you are a staff. Because if you don't tell your client that what you did for them, they can make this stupid mistake like I did. So always communicate what you get them. Because it started with somebody being dumb and not telling me what the hell they got. because I told them to get a certain thing and they instead got something else, and that's what led to this. So, yeah, I really need to get that iPad fixed because people are going to be so confused, they're not going to understand what I'm doing. But, yeah, so, but like I said, I'm not going to tell you I want to show it. I want to do it right because it wouldn't be fair to just, you know, tell it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to demonstrate it. And I want this to be done right. If I have to redo it, I'm going to get Angel Matthews involved in describing it from her perspective because she is diabetic and she saw this crap unfold before her eyes on a phone call. And it was not a pretty day. It was bad. Because I thought, oh, you know, okay. And I drank a second one to make sure that I hadn't, you know, but I didn't do the same mistake twice, but I just drank the second one. And let's just say that was not smart. Because I was not with it. And there's a reason. So, yeah. It was not good. All right, so let's go out and let's make another one of these, but let me wipe this edge of this cup off. And we're gonna put it in the microwave. And you're wondering, why do you put it in the microwave? That's because I have 2 cats. For those that don't know, I have 2 male cats. And they have a habit of knocking things over. And so what I want to do is, make sure they don't knock my cup of hot latte over. All right, so we're gonna make another latte. We're gonna scoop this out a little bit. We're gonna make another latte. We're gonna put it in the microwave, okay? We're not gonna drink it, we're gonna put it in the microwave. And we're gonna make a cold version of the gingerbread one-step latte. Okay? And then once we make that, we're gonna put it in there, and then I'm gonna stop this recording, folks, and we are going to come back and we're gonna try, I repeat, try to make the fancy French toast. Because I wanna see if this latte will be good, would be better cold. Because if it's better cold, then I'll make them the night before and drink it in the morning when I go to work. Or in the afternoon. If they're better cold, then I'm just gonna save them and not drink them till summertime too. That could be a possibility, because wintertime, burr. You don't want it iced. And this is why I say I hope I don't have to review all of my freaking stuff. Because wintertime, burr. You don't want cold drinks. You want hot stuff. All right. Let me grab my latte off the Keurig, and we're gonna put it in here. And I'm going to put a paper towel over the top of it. That way, the stuff from the microwave, the smells of the microwave don't get in it. There. All right. Now, you guys, I will be back in just a minute with more. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one, and I'll be back with another one. So anyway, guys, love you. Thank you guys for checking us out here on the Far Out World of Coffee Creations. Please tell your friends all about us over here and all the craziness that happens. Crazy flavors, crazy, demonstrations, all kinds of different things. Because I will be demonstrating coffee machines. I will be doing all sorts of stuff on here. So we'll be doing coffee shop taste tests. We'll be doing different flavors, creamers, all sorts of stuff. So feel free to let us know if you have one that you like that you don't think I've tried. If I have, I will probably put it in the lounge series. If I haven't, I will definitely find it if I can. If it's available, I will find it and I will try it if I can possibly find it. Anyway, I will love you and leave you till next time. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye and God bless.
We hope you've had a great time here with us in the far out world of coffee creations, where Scarlett, your barista, has tested coffee of different varieties. It could be a coffee that has never been tasted before. It could be a coffee that she just loves, like 8 o'clock coffee. Yum, yum, yum. And of course, smell those biscuits cooking. Yum, yum, yum. So good. If you come back again, you'll get to hear some more fun with Scarlett, your barista, and Christy, your bantering Sharky. Yeehaw! So come on in next time and set a spell with Scarlett. She'll brew some good coffee for you. In the Crying Keurig, I think you'll just love that coffee. Yum, yum, yum. Smell that coffee. And every time it'll be a different thing. And sometimes it might just be some 8 o'clock coffee. You just never know what Scarlett is gonna do when she has coffee with you next time. Yeehaw! Hope you had a great time today. We sure did. Yeehaw! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Hi everybody, it's Baby Sharky, aka Christy, and I would just like to thank you for watching the far out world of coffee creations. Mommy will be back, and I might just pop in for a quick visit. So stay tuned, because the barista, my mommy Scarlett, has a lot more where that came from. Hey Mommy! Yes dear, where's the biscuits? Oh good lord, you're gonna act like Travis? Yep.